you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Test.
Taylor Swift,
Yes.
as a gentleman, has a new album dropping in a matter of hours from now. We're shooting this on Thursday evening. I believe it's at midnight tomorrow morning,
drop.
if I'm not mistaken.
And April 19th is the day.
Tortured Poets Department is the album.
Mm-hmm.
I guess an homage to a former boyfriend or something like that. So
that'd be a first for her. Yeah, that'd be a first for her. She's breaking new ground.
Breaking new ground, exactly. And the subject matter she has not been so bold to express before. No,
getting real personal.
That's right. So just let's start there first of all. I mean, Nick, I know you are truly a Taylor Swift fan. So are you excited for the new album dropping? What do you think about this exciting news, sir?
I'm very excited. This is Taylor. We the thing that makes Tay-Tay so special to us Swifties and the masses in general is that we almost evolve with her, right? Through her journey of this life. Her songs are simply anthems of our life. They are the soundtracks of our days, right? So it's exciting to hear what new tracks will be narrating this stage, this era, if you will, of my life, and how she will narrate and weave her own life experiences within mine. That's what makes her so relatable. So really looking forward to hearing the new classics, because they will be instant classics. The second they hit your eardrums, they are instant classics, and they will be held in your heart and spirit for years and years, for the rest of your years in this mortal coil, on this floating rock through space, because she transcends space and time. So this is going to be really an epic day tomorrow. Very excited.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dean feels the same. I know we can just probably.
I know this is confusing and you don't understand, but Nick is an actual grown adult. I know it's confusing.
That's how I understand. That's how I understand these type of nuances of art and music and life and the way they go hand in hand. That's the only way you can really grasp the gravity of these situations.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, this gets to our Ask an Idiot segment here, guys. So obviously, huge news. And Taylor Swift, certainly, when she drops a new album, and there's other artists certainly in that realm. It's not just her, but certainly a lot of fans are super excited for any new Taylor Swift, anything to drop, any new music or anything of the kind, just to get a glimpse of her. People are excited for. But the album drop, certainly the event has changed over the years, and as in the digital age and streaming and so forth. So, I'm interested now. I mean, certainly, Nick, you're clearly interested for this album here, but just the event itself. This is what I want to ask you guys here. Are you still excited about new albums dropping? Is that something that is maybe for you, has it maybe eroded over time? And if you're not as excited about a new album dropping these days in the digital age or otherwise, do you recall the last time you were excited for an album to drop or be released, and what was that album? So, Dean, why don't we start with you, sir? Is this an event in general? Go ahead, please.
Well, since there's 45 questions in that question alone,
that's right.
Let me start with the original. No, I'm not.
Dean's never liked music.
It's loud. There's a lot of noise.
The joyous excitement around humans.
Kids are gyrating and moving.
When it makes the kids smile, shaking. I get mad. I don't like the kids smiling and being happy. Those the booming and the rocking and the shaking and the funking. I don't enjoy that, watching the kids be happy doing that. Fuck them, as I want to say.
Dean says, "Fuck the kids."
Actually, that's what I was going to say. Until I realized I shouldn't put it that way. That's why I kind of got backed up with the word. No, I used to, back in the day, I was excited, when I rock album that I enjoyed dropped, but no, I don't listen to music that way anymore. So I honestly don't know when something drops. I don't even listen to terrestrial radio anymore. So I don't even know when new music comes out. Unless it comes out through Pandora, as I'm listening it on shuffle, I have no clue. Or Nick tells me about it. I have no clue what's going on in that
Taylor
sense.
Swift has a new album coming out tomorrow, Dean.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
When's the last album Dean you were excited about? What's the last one? Do you remember?
Frank Sinatra dropped an album. What year was that? No, I actually don't remember. What the last album was that I was excited about. It's been a long time, very long time. Not to say that I wouldn't be excited. Like I now get, the more I've gotten into vinyls, I enjoy going and searching for albums. And I actually do get to see some newer music coming out because of those searches, because they have the bin or the, section with new releases. So I do get to see, I would, if we wouldn't have talked about it here, I would have seen that Taylor Swift's album came out because I would have gone into whatever store.
Right.
And I would have seen it. So in that sense, yeah, I guess I do enjoy the new albums. But it's a little different with vinyl for me because there's like a list in my head of old stuff I'm looking for, and that's kind of half the fun. So I don't really search for new music, but I am, I guess, aware in that sense.
Okay. So just the digital age in general.
Yeah.
You have to keep up with it to really understand what's going out. It's not like going into the store like in the past, which definitely is changed a lot of that event in many respects when we grew up in. Okay, Nick, what do you? I mean, obviously you are genuinely excited, I know, for this album for Taylor Swift, but do you normally get excited for any new music, or is it like, it just depends on the? I don't know. Go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not changed at all from when I was a teenager. Like a band that I love. Actually, all joking aside, tomorrow, my very favorite band of all time is coming out with their 12th studio album. Pearl Jam's new album comes out tonight at midnight as well. Dark Matter.
Okay.
I am fucking ecstatic. Like I said,
awesome.
It's my favorite band of all time.
Now, how do you know that? So just curious. So now,
because he enjoys the music above all the other bands.
No,
yeah.
But I do. Follow them on social media.
Not just them,
how do you know?
Yeah, another band that I love, the Ghost Inside's got their album coming out tomorrow as well. So both of those I've been waiting for, the last couple months, looking forward to that coming out. But yeah, I know about it because it is different in the social media age. But I guess it's, back when I was younger, you hear about it on the radio. We still have the internet, so it's not too dissimilar, I guess. But now it's following these bands on social media accounts. I also have an incredible app called Bands in Town, which is really great for letting you know artists that you follow when they're playing a show near you. And typically, you'll just hear through the grapevine.
It's an app?
It's called Bands in Town. It's got your location, and then it syncs up across your Spotify, your Apple Music, all that stuff. Bands you follow and like,
interesting.
Automatically, it throws in your cloud, and every time they're playing a show, you get a push notification. Hey, they announced a show near you.
Smart.
So you always know when they're coming around. But definitely,
is Frank Sinatra on there?
I'm sure he is. Yes.
Okay.
You won't get new show notifications probably, but if a new album comes out, the account will probably send you a message saying this greatest hits of Frank Sinatra has been released, or B-sides.
I just want to go see him live.
AI Frank, maybe.
Yeah. AI Frank is on the horizon. But yeah, I mean, that has not changed. And I'm still super into new music and super into like, I keep up with all the old bands I've always loved, the ones that, really I hold near and dear to my heart. I still follow them very closely and try to see them when I can. And I listen to a lot of new music. So finding new bands is always a passion. Like I love finding out new artists and listening to their entire catalogs and getting into everything that I can when I find somebody I really like. So, but yeah, it is different. I will say, this is very topical because I just, these last couple days, in the past, what I do miss is going to a store and buying the album. Like I miss that. Okay,
Yeah.
so like I loved. I mean, I'd have a countdown. Like when I was in my 20s in high school, middle school, I'd have a countdown how many days, and then that day when I get out of school, or I can get to a Best Buy, or I can get to an Exchange, or whatever. Like I'm going to buy it. I can't wait. It's an event. Get it, peel off the plastic, get in my car, put it in the CD player, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rush to just get that. Like I couldn't wait to like get it in my ears and learn the songs and read the lyrics and do all that. Still have that, but now like I'm the amount that I buy.
I felt that same way about my Gene Pitney album.
Yeah, sure,
Mhm.
sure.
That's
The
right.
way that I buy
$7.
albums has drastically changed. I now really only physically purchase hard copies of music by like two bands of that I love that are still currently like active and putting out new music. It's like Pearl Jam and Parkway Drive. Those are the last new albums I've bought by anyone, I think, like physically. There again, like Dean
And
said
those
with
are the
vinyl.
CDs?
It's weird because like Pearl Jam's album tomorrow, I will go after work tomorrow and purchase it in a store on CD because I have over 100 Pearl Jam CDs on my shelf that like it has to be that format because I have
To match
it
the
all on
rest.
CD.
That makes sense.
The last Parkway Drive, for example, I had all those on CD, but I bought it on vinyl just because I had just got a record player and I was like, I want it on vinyl. They had a cool purple stonewash color swirl vinyl thing. I'm like, I want that version of it. So I bought that. But yeah, like it's that experience is different, and I do miss going to a store. But I had to like research today what stores will the deluxe album of Pearl Jam be available in? I mean, Pearl Jam is Pearl Jam, so obviously their CDs being sold at Targets, at Walmarts, at the Exchange, you know, every place like that. The Ghost Inside in metal circles is a popular band, but they are not appealing to, you know, the masses. They're not being played on active rock radio stations. So like, yeah, I don't like Walmart's probably not going to have their CD. I'd have to buy that online. And I probably just won't buy that one. The flip side of that, I do miss that experience.
Have you tried Sam Goodies?
Sam Goodies, yeah. I'll hit that up after the what was the Tower Record Store? Yeah.
Yeah, you can check there. Check there first.
Rolling Acres Mall has a couple record stores, I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last I heard.
Musicland as well. That was the other one in Rolling Acres the other day.
Coconuts, maybe.
Coconuts, yeah. But yeah, the flip side of that though, what is cool, I do miss that, but what's cool is, and I've thought about it, I might just stay up after this podcast and listen to Dark Matter, like by Pearl Jam tonight at midnight. It'll be out at midnight. I don't have to wait through work tomorrow if I don't want to. Right. I don't have to make a special trip to the store or on my drive to work in the morning. The album's there. It's on my phone. I pay a monthly fee to Apple, and I have the complete catalog of most of music and recorded history right there on my phone. So that is really cool. That is a really special thing that is easy to overlook because we get nostalgic and we look back at those fun things, those fun trips to the record store. But it's amazing that like it's just there on your phone now, and that is really cool. But yes, I do. I still love new music, and it's rare that I buy it in the physical form, but I absolutely, I mean, still get just as geeked out like when I'm really waiting for a new album or a band that I really love. I can't wait to hear what their newest stuff sounds like and what the musical evolution is, what it's going to sound like, and like I was joking about Taylor Swift and the anthems but with Pearl Jam it is that way because like their music, I mean, since I was a child I've grown with their music, and different albums represent different eras of my life, and Dark Matter is just the newest one. That'll be when I listen back to this album over years, it will remind me of this place here in time right now.
Your back.
I bet you do.
I do have a question, Nick. You can maybe help me out here. Apple Music. You said you have a subscription. Is that part of your Prime subscription, or is that a different thing?
Different.
No, Prime is Amazon.
I have Apple.
No,
also.
no, I'm sorry. Prime. I'm mixed up. But like I have Apple. I subscribe to Apple TV. That's not like Prime would be the whole thing. Apple doesn't do the whole.
There is a version. Look at there is a version of, I think it's Apple Plus or Apple. There's an Apple Plus thing that you combines arcade, Apple Music. TV might be one of them, but there's a family thing you can get on for a higher monthly rate, but it lumps in a bunch of services. So look into that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I have that too. Yeah. So I have an Apple Family subscription that I share with Peyton it's like, I don't know, $15 a month, something like that. So it's funny. My original thought was like, well, if I go buy, this is years ago. We've had this now. We've had this for a year, probably at least 5+ years. We've had a subscription to this now. In my head at the time originally was like, well, if you're going to listen to new music, it's really the equivalent of going, if you buy one album or one CD a month, if you're just going to get yourself new music, that in itself pays for it, and the library is overwhelming. It's the equivalent of. I'm sure that other streaming services are similar. I'm sure the paid subscriptions like for Amazon Music, etc. But it's almost again the equivalent of walking
music.
into exactly. It's right. It's like walking into.
You can listen to Mel Torme.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like
not to mention, it's like Netflix, where like whatever you listen to, it'll like there's a daily playlist for you. Some of it's stuff that's based on what you've been listening to, and what kind of stuff you like, and your favorite songs that you listen to a lot. Like there's. It's curated every single day. It's a different one. Yeah, it's your own shit. You can make your own. There's things curated just for you. It'll play new music it thinks you will like based on the genres and the artists you listen to on a regular basis. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they have like radio stations, if you will. There's no DJ, but it's like
based on an artist. Playlist. Yeah,
it's a play. I want to listen to the AC/DC radio.
Is that the same place where you're going to get your different podcasts as well, like this one?
I'm not on music. The Apple Podcast is a different thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere like if it's an Apple owned, like I was telling you guys about that Strombo show, you can listen to the same version of that show on podcasts or Apple Music. It's like a radio show, but it's across both. But it's by Apple. Like Apple does that show. There's that Apple the music show today with Zane or whatever that. Zane's thing is the same thing, but yeah, that it goes across both platforms, and then you can listen to it on either. But it's the same exact show.
Gotcha.
I have to look at that. We are on Amazon Music Podcasts, so it's something that we went to them and shared our RSS feed, and we are there. So if you have an Amazon free subscription or whatever, then you can find us there as well. So. But yeah, all that stuff's there. So I think it's worth it. Some of those, again, you could find your own package and price it makes sense. But like I said, anything you could think of, you could put it up. You could just listen to it. It's really fascinating. There's no excuse.
Okay.
So for me, it's like it definitely changed over the years.
You grew up with going for many years going and buying records. How's that for you?
I mean, it's hard to compare just because of the world has changed so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you started, they were on wax cylinders.
Sure, that's right. That's right. You listen to Thomas Edison, and like,
Mary Had a Little Lamb. That was a huge hit.
Yeah, I mean, there was something nice about the excitement of when I was in high school. That was the age of the cassette, right? Because that was the portable music was a cassette tape at the time. Cars had a cassette player, etc. I do miss the excitement of going to the record store and getting your new tape and the smell. I can still smell a new tape right now if I think about it. You know what I'm saying? And then the lyrics and the art and everything, just like a new album at the time. So there was definitely something fun about that.
And the little things like the sound. That sound when it first opened, the cracks it open.
Yeah. And I still have some tapes right now that have some of that residual smell still, which do I smell them once in a while? Of course I do. It's just that it's very nostalgic and everything else. But
you're an odd
it's
man.
Really, yeah.
Hey, when he's Brian, he'll be in his basement huffing tape cassettes.
Yes. That's right. That's right. I'll be huffing tape cassettes, and Dean'll be huffing because he walked 3 steps. But. No, but it's just different. It's really. I'm not as into. I'm like Dean though. It's like there's so much out there. It's over, but it's really almost inexcusable in today's world. If you really want to keep up with a band, it's so easy to do that anymore. They probably have a social media account. You can look anything up online and easily find when new music is dropping. So you just have to pay attention. It's just we're so inundated with so many choices and things that for me it's a little bit hard to keep up with, but it's definitely there. And when something new, it is still exciting. Right around a year ago, the new Metallica album dropped, 72 Seasons, and I was excited for that. That was when I was like, I was definitely wanted to listen to it. It dropped. I listened to it right away. It was a great album. It is a great album. You just have to sort of, pay attention. So I do love the convenience. I do like the fact on streaming now, a lot of the albums have like some type of animated cover, if you will, on streaming, where the cover is some cool effect and there's animation to it a lot these days, and this and that and the other. Certainly you can find the lyrics online and everything. So it's still there. There's still excitement to it, but it's just different. The physical getting it. And I'm glad to hear that that's sort of coming back around, where younger people are, going out. I don't want to do it anymore necessarily. I mean, I've had albums, I've done all that stuff. I'm fine to stream. It's good quality, etc. But it is cool that younger generations are enjoying the physical copy experience again and collecting and that type of thing. It's pretty cool.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. That's the majority of what I listen to throughout the day. I really only listen to music when I'm mowing the lawn. So that's when I get my fill of Burt Bacharach. But I actually have it on vinyl. It's a backpack. I put the record on and I mow with it with the record going on my back.
Long extension cord.
Yeah. Because the yards, I had to get one of those extra long extension cords, but it works. It's good quality. There's nothing like that little scratchiness to Bert's voice that the record brings to it. I think you guys are missing out.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure. And there's an equal excitement on a weekly basis in Brazil every Monday when this podcast drops, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh,
yeah,
tantalizing.
Yep. Every Monday we have at least 2,000 to 10,000 people that they wait, around that statue of Jesus up on that hill up there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Every Monday. It's really a quite beautiful. If you haven't seen it, looking for it on. You'll probably find it out there on social media.
Just waiting to hear the docile tones of the Podlander himself coming through the airwaves.
That's right.
I have heard there's this. Have you guys heard about the new trend that's happening on Mondays? People take their sex doll, right, and they tape a picture of Nick's face onto it, play the podcast, and fuck the sex doll while staring into Nick's dead eyes. It's actually a lot like having sex with him in real life.
Yeah.
So they really get that experience.
That's right. All right.
There you go. Enjoy
That's it right there. That's right.
Or fellas,
enjoy on video.
I'm not judging.
I'm not judging. Nope, I'm not judging anybody.
All are welcome to use. That's fine.
Yeah, perfect. I like that. That's a good shirt, perhaps. All welcome to use.
All are welcome to use.
That's right. I love it. Everybody, Gen X Brian with Millennial Nick and Zennial Dean. We need more people besides Nick's mom watching us. Give us a like and subscribe.